now that we've given some context about who we are and our backgrounds and our vulnerabilities and the challenges and the ocean of emotions that we've been experiencing, at some point in time there has to be a disclosure and a sharing of who we identify as to our employers, to the people who are trusting us, who are writing our checks, who are committing their time to us to do productive and engaging activities for industriousness and commerce and social innovation and impact. And so how do we go about, what are some of the implications of that disclosure, of that moment where we tell the people who are working with us, and this is the final question of this first section, what are some of the implications about this disclosure to say to our employers or our work colleagues that I am different, I am neurodiverse? Please share with us, esteemed panelists, some of these implications. Kelly.
Yeah. So we have stats on this about disclosure in the workplace, and we know that 67% of disabled people do not disclose their disability in the workplace. So we're doing something wrong as a society when we have 67% of people who are not able to be themselves. And they're hiding everything. It's not just neurodiversity. They can be hiding cancer diagnosis. They can be hiding chronic pain. Actually, chronic pain is the most common disability that people hide. So it means that when you're going to work in an office and there's 100 people, there's going to be at least 20% of them that are in pain, in horrible pain. They take painkillers before they show up so that they can sit through the day and try to concentrate on their work. So just to be mindful of that. If you're not safe disclosing in the workplace, you're definitely not alone. For me, that's one of the questions I get asked. It's one of the #1 questions I get asked when I give talks. You know, what should I do, especially young people going out into the workforce? Should I disclose? And I'm going to say, only if you're in a place of privilege that you can do that. If you really need the money, keep your mouth shut, because that's good. It's going to get you through, and that might be what you have to do. I'm never ever going to, I mean, yes, we have laws, we have the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and I'm rolling my eyes not because of the Charter itself, but because of the fact that it is so difficult for anybody to bring a court case to the court in order to get any sort of justice out of our system, that it's almost impossible. So we can't rely on those laws that are there to protect us, but we cannot rely on them because of the way that our society and our workplaces are set up. I can tell you for myself that when I did get diagnosed, I decided, kind of naively I guess, to tell my workplace because I asked for an accommodation. I asked to have my my task to be written out for me. And my boss said 2 things. First, he said, if I do that for you, I have to do that for everyone, which makes absolutely no sense because I didn't see everybody else going and asking him. And the immediate effect of that was that I got taken off the projects I was on, where previously I had been scoring in the top 15% of the company. There was awards and things in recognition for that. Automatically at my next review, I was put down in the bottom 15. And I hadn't changed. The way that I worked hadn't changed. It was the way that I was perceived. I quit very shortly after, because to me that was the solution. If you're not going to fit in, then I have to go somewhere else where I don't stay where I'm not welcome. So when we're talking about disclosure, I think it's really important that people understand what's at stake. I don't think enough change has happened yet in society. I know I see it on LinkedIn even. I have friends who are open about living with mental health issues or suicidal ideation, and all of a sudden everything goes quiet. You'll get some messages of support, you'll get a few little hearts reactions, but when your people are approaching you for business, all of a sudden, oop, not going to work with that one. And they decide, they put limitations on you when they see the diagnosis. Well, that person probably can't be, they're not going to be, we can't trust them. They're not going to be efficient, or they're not going to be this, or they're not going to be that, or they're going to be too much trouble, or they're going to ask for too many accommodations. That's the reality of what we're living in right now. I think I got to this point in life because I'm open, because I've made my business literally by being open. It's not something I hide, it's something I use as an advantage. But if I didn't find a way to make it into some sort of positive spin, I would be quietly sitting in a workplace keeping my mouth shut. Because we're not there yet. We're really not there yet.
Well, thank you for that